Ladies and gentlemen, this is Lions Den with another news and commentary. You know, and I want the entire, my supporters and my YouTubers to really see this. In South Africa, there's been xenophobia violence happen down there. And what's just so sad about this is that we all thought that we need to unite one Africa. We need to call it the United States of Africa right now. Unfortunately, you got South Africans hate fellow Africans from Nigeria, from Ethiopia, from Benin, Togo. I mean, fellow Africans. It's just so sad that in 2019, Africans are against each other. And this is so sad. And now you got Nigerians retaliated in South African business in their country. This is getting really, really, really awful in Africa, in South Africa. So I'm going to go ahead and play this news clip in South Africa, and this breaks my heart. But I'm going to go ahead and play this, and I'm going to continue the rest of my commentary.
Dozens of people in Johannesburg have been arrested after riots and looting on Monday. Many of the targeted shops are reported to be owned by foreign nationals. The looting of foreign shops in South Africa is becoming a common occurrence, with no end in sight. But the country's police minister insists the attacks aren't racially motivated, rather the work of opportunists.
For me, it's pure criminality, people looting and all that, and using that as a xenophobia. But for now, there is nothing that has sparked any form of this conflict between South Africans and the foreign nationals. So we're dealing with criminality rather than xenophobia at the present moment.
Now, South Africa has long been a major destination for economic migrants from other parts of the continent. But with the country seeing unemployment rate at around 28%, many nationals blame immigrants for the fact they can't find work. Many who come to the country with high hopes now fear retribution.
When Nelson Mandela came to power in 1994, Saddam Malego left Somalia for the Rainbow Nation to escape hunger and misery. He built a new life as a shopkeeper in Johannesburg. Today, everything is gone. On October 30th, 2018, an angry mob stormed his shop and home and burned it to the ground. Malego managed to escape, but his girlfriend died in the flames.
I see I don't have anything anymore. I lost my girlfriend, I lost the house, I lost my container, I lost everything. So I was telling myself that let me die already. But the great minute they take me outside, they say no, don't go there. So I survived.
The incident was just one of the 139 documented shop lootings in South Africa in 2018, motivated by xenophobia. Every month in townships like White City near Johannesburg, African-born foreigners are victims of violent hate crimes. Many locals think they are responsible for low wages and job losses. We meet a xenophobic gang who often target foreign-owned stores. Its leader calls himself Gaddafi. To him, foreigners are not just easy targets. He holds them responsible for his own misery.
You go to Johannesburg right now, every corner you go to, it's a foreign person that's working there. That foreign person where he's working, it's a job for a South African who was supposed to be working there. South Africans now, they are dependent on grant money and money from government. It's not that people, they don't want to work. The people, they want to work, but there are no jobs there because the foreigners, they are taking our jobs. So obviously we are going to rob them.
This neighborhood is controlled by gangs. Even the police don't dare enter the slum, which is built on top of a dump. Only drugs help make the residents' lives more bearable. They project their frustrations onto foreigners who they believe are better off.
I have to do this thing. If I don't do it, then my family will suffer and my gang will not eat. You see how many troops and soldiers I have? My soldiers must eat. They must smoke, my soldiers. So what will my soldiers smoke if I don't have anything?
We start doing it, we pray.
We'll eat you alive, my friend, and we'll pray to the Lord to forgive us because He knows we don't have jobs.
Malego has restored his old shop. He hopes he will be able to restock soon, but those responsible for the death of his partner still have not been found. Malego says the police did not want to investigate the murder of a foreigner. He still fears the culprits might return at any time.
Our correspondent Thuso Kumalo joins us from Johannesburg, South Africa. Hello, Thuso. Thanks for your time. So after the looting on Monday, what's the current situation on the ground? I see police vehicles behind you.
The situation is very tense. I'm at Julie Street in Malvin, just in Johannesburg, where all this started. And as you can see behind me, the police are here. The locals are here too, trying to loot whatever they can get. As I'm speaking now, they are already trying to loot some of the things. And it is spreading like fire. It is spreading to other areas, and they are taking everything. I just spoke to one business person here who says a gun was held to his head and forced to take out all the cars that he was selling, to give them the keys, and all of them were driven by the locals. So the situation is just tense as we speak right now.
So the situation is not under control, Thuso.
It's likely we are not getting it under control. The police are trying their best. As you can see here behind me, the cars of the police are there. They are trying to quell the situation. But when they come to one place, then the looters go to another place. So it's all over the place. They've had to call for backup from other areas because it is really, the numbers are too big for the police to take control of.
I see. And yet South African officials are not calling this xenophobia. They are calling it criminality. Why is that?
This is something that is puzzling everyone, but for your own information, just this afternoon, President Ramaphosa came out on television admitting that these lootings, this targeting, this violence is targeted towards foreign nationals. And he said South Africa does not accept xenophobia, does not support xenophobia, and calling on people to restrain themselves. This is opposed to what we heard from the Minister of Police, Begitsela, who said this is not xenophobia. The other Minister of Labour, Thulas Nxesi, had said this is not xenophobia, but Ramaphosa saying it is xenophobia and it has to stop.
Okay, thanks for that update, Thuso. Let's bring in a tweet by Nigeria's foreign minister. In the tweet, he said that the country would take definitive measures to protect her citizens. What could those definitive measures be?
I spoke to a number of analysts who are saying Nigeria would not be threatening South Africa to do anything evil, but it is a tweet of desperation, a tweet that says, South Africa, our people are on your land, they are being attacked, what are you doing about it? One analyst says it seems the fact that Nigeria has also summoned South Africa to give answers on this. This is one of the actions that Nigeria is saying it can't continue like that. South Africa has to try and protect the nationals here. And even the Consular General of Nigeria, who is here in South Africa, could not even tell us what action they are going to take. But other people are saying, maybe Nigeria is saying, we've got your companies here also in Nigeria, we've got your people also here in Nigeria. If you let this happen, we can also let it happen to your people here. But these are just speculation, people reading that message that was posted by the Minister of Foreign Affairs.
Hopefully, it doesn't further escalate. Thuso Kumalo, DW correspondent in Johannesburg, South Africa. Thanks for your time.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This, to me, sickens me. Fellow Africans fighting each other. And this is why I said in South Africa, and we have xenophobia attacks, and that's just what I'm saying. There shouldn't be no xenophobia. We should unite as one. The United States of Africa. But, you know, because you're Nigerian, because you're a Botswanian, just Ethiopian, and you decided to have an open shop in South Africa, and now you're getting attacked because you don't belong there. You know, this is what I'm saying. This is what concerns me, ladies and gentlemen, that, you know what, if y'all want to attack somebody that occupies your country, that colonize your country, like the Chinese, like the Europeans. Why are we fighting each other? See, here we go again. And see, South Africa, we should be better than this. We shouldn't even have xenophobic attacks. We supposed to like love our brothers and sisters, no matter where you from, whether you're Nigerian, whether you're Ethiopian, Somalian, it doesn't really matter. Y'all Africans. And then all of a sudden, y'all want to start riots and try to destroy other people's, shops and property because you don't want them there. This is so sad. This is really completely sad, ladies and gentlemen, that what we're seeing, what was going on in South Africa right now. And you attack your African brother and sister because they're foreigners. This is just really outrageous. And so I'm just really blowing my mind what's going on in South Africa right now, ladies and gentlemen. This is just out of control. And we as African Americans is watching this live. Riots in South Africa because they don't want foreigners, in their country, and let alone they say they're going to take their jobs. Are you serious? What happened to I love you? I don't care if you're South African or a Nigerian or a Somalian or Ethiopian or a Benin or Togian or just being an African in general. Love and respect one another. And now you have this situation in South Africa right now. And then, they talk about South African police did the best they could. But yeah, you cannot control the freaking crowd. And you saw the news clipping, ladies and gentlemen, that one person, I think he's from Nigeria, lost everything. His girlfriend was killed in that fire, lost his shop, his businesses, all because of the hatred that's going on down there. And people say this is xenophobic attacks. We're supposed to love one another, ladies and gentlemen. We're supposed to love your fellow Africans. But yet we're allowing foreigners like the Chinese, like the Europeans, like the Australians invade your turf, and you ain't gonna do nothing about it. But when it comes to your fellow Africans, now you want to fight against them. What is wrong with y'all? What's going on with y'all? I thought that if you're an African, we need to love each other as an African. If you're a Kenyan, if you're Ugandan, if you're a Somalian, Ethiopian, a Botswanian, Zimbabwean, if you're African, you got to be an African. And now you want to hurt and kill each other. And now I heard Nigerians retaliated, burning South Africa, their business in their country. And yet we're supposed to be brothers and sisters, and we're hurting each other. Oh man. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why I said this is so sad that we hurting each other in even the continent of Africa. And South Africans need to be better than this. Yet you allow whites to take over your territory back then. And you allowing the Chinese to take over some African countries. And y'all fine with that. But when it comes to your fellow Africans, your fellow brothers and sisters, now you want to attack, you want to hurt them. Oh, man. Ladies and gentlemen, this has to stop. And then this is why we need to, as a society, need to accept each other as brothers and sisters, not hate one another. This is really frustrating because as an African American, the fellow African brothers and sisters are fighting each other in the continent. And you see what happened in South Africa right now, ladies and gentlemen. They are fighting fellow Africans. What is wrong with them? What is wrong with our people over there? But yet you allow the Chinese to take over your colonize your country. And yet you want to attack your fellow brothers and sisters because you don't want them there. Straight unbelievable. Tell me what you think about this. Like, click, subscribe, and remember to click the notification bell for all the news and commentary. And with that being said, this is Lions Den signing off. Deuces.